everybody, it's me again, Moody Boo, and I am back with a requested video. I've had a couple of requests to show my updated Middle Eastern perfume collection, so I thought I'd do that. Now, I haven't put all of them out. Some of them that I never touch, I have tucked away, and they're just too hard to get to, and I didn't feel like pulling them out. And I'm not going to talk about most of them. I am going to talk about a few of them. Now, just a quick pop quiz. Can you tell which one of these is not like the other? Where's Waldo? Anyway, I am a dork. Just for shits and giggles, I left our megalodon tooth on the fireplace mantle. Frickin' love it. One of our prized possessions. Now, all of my Middle Eastern perfumes are not out here. There are probably 4 or 5 that I just never touch, and they are tucked back away in a drawer, and I'd have to pull a bunch of stuff out to get to them, and I just didn't feel like it. So, not all of my collection is here. It's a little different than it was the last time I did this video, Middle Eastern collection video, because I have given some away, like Rugba by Latafa. My son loved it. My youngest son loved it so much I gave it to him, and he's already gone through that bottle. So I'll just go ahead and span and kind of show you what I have going on. Over here I have my Queen Bee Coffret. And those are oil roll-ons, perfumes. Really hard to get a hold of, that Coffret was. Then right next to it, I have a group of oils, Middle Eastern oils. And then, yes, Amouage is Middle Eastern. More perfumes. And yes, Nishane is Middle Eastern as well. Nishane is from Turkey, and Amouage is from Oman. So, yep, that's what I pulled out anyway. It's bigger than it was, but not as big as it could be. So I'm not going to talk about all of them. I'm just going to kind of focus on a few of them. That kind of a few standouts. I'm not going to talk about Amouage or Nishane or Elie Saab. Those are all great houses. Elie Saab is from Lebanon, and so it is also another Middle Eastern perfume. I have several in Latafa, and I really love Latafa. So just to kind of touch base on the Queen Bee. The Queen Bee Perfume House is from United Arab Emirates. And these are lovely. I really like Black Lily, and there's Black Apple in there. But Desert Liwa, and there's another one that I can't pronounce that I really adore. And Desert Liwa is a very ambery, fruity peony perfume, or roll-on oil. Now, there's a definite sweetness to it, but there's a sharpness to it too. Almost like there's a little white musk or something in there. But it's very nice. I have worn it many times. It's much better on the skin than it is on the paper that I'm smelling it off of right now. But it's a beautiful perfume, oil, and it is a great performer. All of these Middle Eastern oils, a lot of them will outperform the EDPs easily. Now, I used to have my favorite oil, it was Leal, and I can't remember who made Leal. It was kind of hard to get a hold of, but Khalid, my friend that used to have a store on eBay, he sent me, he found it for me and sent it to me. And that was my favorite. I've already gone through that bottle. And let me tell you, it's concentrated, so it took a while. But it was a gorgeous, sweet, fruity, vanillic kind of a perfume oil, and it was my absolute favorite. And right next door to Queen Bee and the oils, I have Faux de Toc, And that is by Swiss Arabian. Faux de Toc is incredibly beautiful. And let me tell you, this is a heavy, heavy bottle. This stuff performs like crazy too. As you can tell, I have worn it so much and there is still a ton in there. Now for me, Faux de Toc, I get a very woody, leathery, slightly sweet amber. That's what I get. It is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I don't know if the woods in there is oud. It doesn't have any medicinal sharpness, sourness, anything like that that I'm used to with oud. So I'm thinking it isn't oud. It smells more cedary, gaiac, in that kind of a realm. It's beautiful, warm, unisex, rich perfume. It's just stunning. And that's Faux de Toc by Swiss Arabian. The next one I'm going to touch upon is also by Lattafa, and this is a recent purchase, and this is Oud Mood. Now, all of Lattafa's perfumes, I don't think I've ever seen one that was over $65. I think I got this one for $40, and it's a huge bottle. It's 100 ml. Beautiful bottle. So Oud Mood is a very resinous, woody amber. There's definitely some florals in there. The oud that's in there is really subtle. It's kind of in the background compared to the other woody notes, but it leaves just a hint of medicinal sourness to it. And there's definitely some sweet, foody kind of notes in there as well. And some patchouli, most definitely some patchouli. But they're blended so well that it's really just a woody, amber, resinous, slightly floral perfume. It's really a pretty one and so reasonable, very unisex. It's probably one of the sweeter, lighter, more wearable of some of the Middle Eastern perfumes, because as you all know, they know how to make some concentrated perfumes. So you have to be really careful and not overspray with a Middle Eastern perfume, because they give you more than your money's worth, let me tell you. All right, so next up, right next door to Oud Mood is Leo Maleki. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it is also by Lattafa. And this one, holy moly. This one is a fruity, musky, white floral. It dries down and you get a little bit of honey in there and a little bit of amber, but it is all about the white florals, the fruit, and the musk for me, and some honey. I am not a big white floral person, but when you mix it with the notes that they have, it ends up being stunning. It's absolutely stunning. And this is one that's prettier, I think, on skin than it is on paper. You need that warmth with a lot of these Middle Eastern perfumes, the warmth of your body and your skin to help them develop. You can't just judge a Middle Eastern perfume by the first 10 minutes, even the first hour. You need to give a full wearing to these perfumes, because Middle Eastern perfumes, for the most part, in my experience, except for one I am going to talk about in a minute, are not linear. They are a roller coaster ride of olfactory sensation. But they are really about the base notes. I feel like they don't really care about top notes nearly as much as middle and base notes. So most Middle Eastern perfumes, I feel, are very base note heavy. And so that does put people off on occasion, but don't let that scare you. Some of my favorite perfumes in the world are from the Middle East. And I'm telling you, Leo Maleki is crazy good, and the performance, of course, is amazing. All right, that's it for Lattafa, and I am going to talk about my latest acquisition, and that is Amber by Namat. I started off with this little perfume oil, And I have worn it several times. You would never know it by looking at it, but I have. Anyway, I think I paid like $6 for this, and it's a beautiful, warm, rich amber. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Jovan musk oil back in the 70s. I'm not sure why it does, but it does. And it's gorgeous. Performance on this is insane. It's insane. I am just not as big of a perfume oil person as I am an eau de parfum person. I prefer to spray other than to rub oils into my skin. So I don't know why. It's just a thing. I have lots of those things. But so, because I love this so much, I researched and I found this, the same thing in an EDP. Now, I left this in the case. I actually just got this 2 days ago. And I've put it back in the case because I wanted you to see what I meant about packaging. This is a $50 bottle of perfume with shipping, $50. Okay. So that should really mean it's in a crap packaging and the perfume would be hit or miss. But no, these are Middle Eastern perfumes. So even their most minimal packaging is still pretty extraordinary. And I consider this one of the most minimal packages I've had of an Arabic perfume, and I'll show you. Cool little container. And you got this nice little velvet. And it's in a little bed of, I don't know, whatever that is. It looks like wood string. And try to get this open. And then inside the little pouch is this bottle of perfume, is the amber, the EDP of this. And they smell identical. Now, of course, with the EDP, you get a blast of alcohol right at first. You just do. But it's gone in 5 minutes. You don't get that, of course, with the oil. I am wearing this. Woo! I'm actually wearing this today. And I put it on, probably 3 hours ago. One spray on my hand, and I can still smell it strong. I mean, not light, but strong. It's amazing. $50 for this 50 ml bottle of perfume that comes in this packaging that's awfully nice. And like I said, this is a very minimalist. This is not a fancy Arabic perfume packaging by any means. This is very minimalist for them. So for the perfume Middle Eastern, I don't mean to stereotype and group all Middle Eastern perfumers together. I'm not trying to do that by any means, because they are all very, very different. I'm just saying one of the consistencies I have noticed from Middle Eastern perfumes is their packaging is extraordinary. They don't use cheap bottles. They don't use cheap glass. Most of the time they don't do plastic and things like that. And it's amazing to me too, because so many of them, they love the bling, and so do I. I mean, look at this top. It's got little Swarovski crystals in there. See, it's so ornate. Fadatak has a jewel in the top. They are big into jewels and just rich colors, just like their perfumes. All right, next up. Next, I'm going to talk about Shumuk by Asghar. Oh my gosh, I have had this bottle for years, and this is a go-to spring-summer perfume for me. I absolutely love it. And this bottle, it's like crazy pretty. So Shumuk is just a fruity, woody, musky, oriental perfume. But for me, the fruits are, there's some citruses in there. There might be a little bit of melon. or something like that. The fruits are very sweet. And there's some floral notes in there too. And I almost get a peony again, or something a very sweet flower like that. And performance on this is crazy, but it is one of the few that I can do 2 sprays and not blast everybody out of the room. It's a wonderful perfume. It's very good for male, female, non-binary. It doesn't matter. This is a perfume that would work for anybody. And it was a little more expensive. I want to say it was like $85 for this 100 ml bottle. And this is heavy. You could use this as a weapon pretty easily, I think. So the last one I'm going to talk about is by Ajmal. And this is Bling. Now I had Arum too, and I actually, at that time, when I got rid of Arum, I preferred it over Bling. Arum was sweet and warm and amber, and it was beautiful, but one of my subscribers really wanted it for his wife, so I think I sold it to him or traded it or gave it to him. I don't know what I did with it, but anyway, he got it. And that left me with just Bling. And I love these. Arum was gold colored, the bottle, and it had gold jewels in the jewels in the top. Gold jewels in the top. This is great stuff. Another huge heavy hitter performer too. Bling I did not like at first. It was very metallic smelling to me. But once I came back to it, about a year ago, I let it sit for probably 5 years and didn't touch it. And then I pulled it out like I do with my perfumes every once in a while. If there's a perfume that I didn't like, I haven't worn in a long time, haven't messed with at all, I will pull it out and rediscover it potentially. Not always, but sometimes. And this one I did. It's Rose Oud Patchouli with some musk in there. Now on Fragrantica, they said there's some cinnamon in there. I don't get that at all. I get Rose Oud Patchouli musk. And mostly patchouli in the dry down, and that is good because the musk is a little heavy, the oud is a little sour, and the rose is not sweet enough to suit me. So it does dry down to a very nice musky kind of patchouli. And it can be pretty beastly. It's another one that you do not want to overspray. So I just, that's it. I'm just going to leave it there. I don't want this to run too long. My Middle Eastern perfume collection, most of it anyway. And all right. Well, there you go. And some of these I'm going to be doing, like Amouage, I already did a house review. And Lattafa, I'm going to do a house review. And Arabian Oud, you know, that's Kalamat and Kalamat Black. I'll probably do a house review on that as well. So I'm not going to, you know, say too much more about these. Anyway, they're pretty, aren't they? Very shiny. Oh, motherfucker. Anyway, they're pretty, aren't they? Oh, bitch, fuck, shit, balls. All right. Well, that'll do me. And anyway, thanks for requesting the video, and I'll be back soon with some more perfume reviews or whatever. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.